only was this app administration fee $450. $450, y'all. I paid that thing. Girl, they cost it. Denied. This video is going to be about the do's and the don'ts when we move to Atlanta, specifically like apartment wise, because finding an apartment in Atlanta is almost feels like impossible when you don't live here and you don't know nobody and all that stuff. Like, I mean, you can get scammed. It's a lot of stuff that goes on that not a lot of people talk about, but I'm gonna talk about it. I'm gonna break it down with y'all so y'all don't get scammed and so y'all find y'all the perfect place, okay? So one of the things that I definitely had to learn out the hard way is, number one, when you are looking for an apartment in Atlanta and you want to tour it, and you make the, let's say you schedule a tour online and stuff like that, because you know a lot of corona stuff is going on right now, so a lot of people of course don't take walk-in appointments right now. So after you book this appointment, you need to double, triple, quadruple check that they know who you are, okay? They know that they have an available apartment to show you. Not gonna lie, I went into one apartment and I actually had an appointment. I literally walked in there, sat down. Y'all, why this man turned to me and he was like, oh yeah, we have nothing available today. And then laughed in my face and I just left, because what? They literally will have you schedule an appointment, whatever, and then they just don't even look at their, I guess they laptop or whatever they own, and they don't even check about it. So when you walk in there, they don't know what you're talking about. So yes, so when you make appointments, make sure that you are calling, making sure it's still available. Also, I even went to one where I scheduled an appointment, pulled up there, and the leasing office was closed. I mean, closed. And I even asked, like, I guess this maintenance man, like, where's the lady at that I scheduled my appointment with? He was like, 1 o'clock. She'd be here at 1 o'clock. My appointment was at 11. So how is that gonna happen? Right? So these apartments do not stay up to date with that stuff. So you need to make sure that your appointment is good to go. I would say call, honestly, the day before and then the day of. And honestly, a lot of apartments will call you to make sure, and honestly the ones that don't call you to confirm or even give you that like text to say, oh, like press this to confirm your appointment, stuff like that. So when you don't do that, or I mean not when you don't do that, but like when you don't receive that text or receive that confirmation from the apartment, you already know that apartment is just gonna be bad, because that means they have poor management. So that's already a red flag. Okay, so yeah, number one, make sure that you have your appointment ready to go. Also, make sure you have your ID, and don't be like me, because I lost my ID before I went to go to the apartment one time and it wasn't going to show me it. So there's another thing. Okay, like I said, y'all, I made a lot of mistakes. I did a lot of stuff that was not good. Yeah, so make sure you have your ID as well. Number two, okay, the reviews. Let me just say, when you, like I said, when you don't live in Atlanta and you see these reviews, baby, everywhere seems like the ghetto, because there's not one good review anywhere. I mean, I remember looking through apartments and I could not find 1 5-star. There's no 5 stars. It's always like, ooh, it's a nice place, but the roaches. I mean, or it'd be like, oh, it would be all right if, you know, they come fix my toilet. It's been 2 months and all that stuff. So honestly, the reviews for a lot of apartments in Atlanta are bad. I mean, and if they are good, they're like probably out of your budget if you're, you know, looking for something, you know, reasonable and stuff like that. But also with the reviews, I had just had to learn, like, not every apartment is going to be perfect. So you gotta kind of take the reviews with like a grain of salt, because like I said, now they're not all gonna be perfect, but then again, you don't want to get a place which just has just terrible reviews. I mean, can you at least have 1 out of 10 that like has one person that like likes the apartment? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, definitely check the reviews, and also even the reviews will let you know like if someone scheduled a tour and, you know, no one ever got back with them, so they're already telling you like, you know, they have bad management and stuff like that. Also, I'm trying to think what else about the reviews. What am I thinking? Oh yeah. Also, the reviews will let you know if they scammed about the admin fee and the application. Now, here's another thing. And this goes to number 3. Always make sure you know how much the application fee and the admin fee is right off gate. Because you can go to apartments.com and they're going to tell you, oh, this apartment fee application is like only $50. But guess what? When you call that apartment and you ask for not only the app fee, but the administration fee, oh, and they're like, oh, it's $350. So you got kind of the wrong information, you know what I'm saying? So number 3, make sure these apartments are very clear on the application fee and the admin fee, okay? Because a lot of these apartments, honestly, application fee be like $3, admin fee be like $1,000. I mean, I'm like, dang, the admin fee is so high. Like, can y'all go slower? Like, is the admin fee to make it go faster or something like that? Because I can wait. But yeah, so make sure you know exactly how much you're paying, because they will scam you out of that too as well, okay? Number 4, also, if you have already decided, you know what, I want to stay at this apartment, I want to pay this application fee, I want to pay this admin, get it going, get it cracking. Okay, another important question you need to ask these apartments is, what are the requirements that you guys take for an approved application? Most apartments in Atlanta require 3 times the rent, like the income of the rent, monthly income. They require that, and they mostly track your credit score, of course. And I believe that's really all the things that they really ask for. Some ask for bank statements, some ask for like proof of like your rent and stuff like that. But that's just certain apartments. But yeah, most apartments that I toured or whatever was just 3 months, 3 times the rent and the credit check, whatever. So definitely make sure the requirements, because y'all, funny story, okay? If you guys go back to my other video of my actual tour in Atlanta, check that out. It's gonna be linked in the description below. There was actually an apartment that I applied for, y'all, and this is before I even knew the requirements of the application fee, whatever, right? Not only was this administration fee $450, $450, y'all. I paid that thing, girl. They cost it denied, and you wanna know what they said denied? Make 3 times the income. I don't know why I didn't ask that question. Like I said, you might be looking at me and thinking, Jasmine, like, why didn't you ask that question beforehand, whatever? You might think, oh, like, I already know to ask that. Well, okay, you Miss Smarty Pants, you know it all. Okay, then you don't need this video. But I'm just saying what I did, okay? So, yeah, make sure that you can get an approved application. Because let me tell you something. These apartments will get your denied application, whatever, and be just fine with it, because their refund has to come in a check, and it's in 90 days, and you know, it's still in process and stuff like that. So they are more than happy to take your denied money and go about their business and go about their day. So make sure your money is going towards something that you know you're gonna get approved for, because when it comes to the refunds, they do not take the same amount of time they took to take that money off my card and get my refund back. Because y'all, I have still not got the refund. Still, to this day. To this day. So, yeah. Make sure y'all know y'all getting approved of an apartment, because they will not give you no refund, honestly. They say they will, but where is it? You know. And the 5th most important thing you should do when applying for an apartment in Atlanta. And this is from a personal experience of mine, okay? Let's have a little story time, okay? So after I was denied from that apartment, I soon did apply for another apartment in Atlanta, and I didn't get approved for that either. Yeah. I know you're sitting here thinking, well, dang, Jasmine, what possibly could you got denied for? That's what I thought as well, okay? And I just want to sit here and say, I am a very knowledgeable person. I'm a very good person, and I thought I was good in all areas. I was quite confused why I kept getting denied. The first one I thought I got denied because of the income, but that's all, I was like, yeah, that was kind of a long shot. Second one was honestly cheaper than the other place, way cheaper. I got denied again, and I said, oh, what is it? Y'all don't like me? Am I like shadow banned from these apartments? Like, what's going on? Y'all, long story short, let's just say when I was in college a couple years ago, I was young, wild, and free. I'm still young, wild, and free still now, but I was younger, wilder, and freer back then. And crazy story, I was actually going to move in this apartment with one of my friends, and let's just say stuff didn't work out, so I didn't end up staying there. Y'all, so basically that apartment just told me I owed them some money on my credit and things like that. So boom, 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 that's why I was getting approved. Like, it was this big thing on my credit saying that I owe an apartment some money. Nothing but Atlanta. Make sure you don't owe any apartments any kind of money, because you will not get approved and they will not let you in, okay? But yeah, so that's another thing that I had to learn the hard way. Make sure you check your credit, okay? Don't just check the number. Actually scroll down and look at all the impacts you have, and download the Credit Karma app and look at your offers and see what's going on with your credit. Because my problem was, y'all, I thought having a good credit score meant I was just good. I was Gucci. I was living it. I living life, you know? No, you need to scroll down and look in the details, because they're going to tell you way more than you really thought that you knew, okay? So that's another thing. So check your freaking credit also in your apartments. But yeah, other than that, my transition was smooth. It was so smooth, okay? No, you guys, for real. For those that are trying to move to Atlanta and you're having a hard time and you can't find an apartment and, you know, this is not turning out well, whatever, it's like that. If it's really meant for you, it's really gonna happen. Like I said, I can't believe I live here. I really thought for a second I was not gonna move here. I was having so many trials and tribulations, you guys have no idea. And it was just ridiculous. Like, I didn't have a job. I was trying to graduate. It was really a lot going on at the same time. So, I don't know. I just, at the end of it, I manifested it, I guess. And I started really trying to be patient and letting life just go as it, you know, comes, stuff like that. And then next thing I know, I'm here. Okay? So, if it's really meant for you, it's going to happen. And I really hope that this video helps you, because I didn't have no one really to help me, let me know, especially whenever I couldn't figure out what's going on with my credit. Y'all, check the credit thing. I know it probably sounds like I'm just a stupid little young girl who don't care about nothing and stuff like that. I promise y'all, I thought I dotted all my I's and crossed all my T's, but triple check everything, literally, before you do anything. And you probably have a smoother transition than me, okay? Learn from my mistakes, all right? But thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Turn my post notifications on so you know every time I post. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share it to all of your friends. And turn my post notifications on so you know how many times I post. I post Wednesdays and Saturdays. I said Thursday. Wednesdays and Saturdays. And make sure you check out my Instagram, JB__heart, for all my pics and stuff. Also, I'm on TikTok, of course. You already know that. But yeah, so I will see you guys next time. Bye.